100 Black Men of America Incorporated presents the 100 Success Academy, a virtual training program for mentees. This is Module 2, Education, the Great Equalizer. In Module 1, you learned about the 100, why we mentor youth, and the benefits of mentoring. Now, we'll focus on why education is important to your future. Also, you will learn how education can help you achieve success, along with ways to get the most out of your education. Let's begin by learning why getting an education is so important. The importance of education. You've probably been told before that staying in school is incredibly important to your future. But why is this? Well, it's simple. An education will greatly increase your chances of becoming successful. Self-identity. This is Ryan's story. Ryan is a junior in high school, but can't see the point of graduating. He's taking English, history, math, and science classes. He thinks his classes are boring and don't have anything to do with what he needs to know in life. Some of his friends have dropped out of school and are working minimum wage jobs to earn money. Ryan really wants to buy a car, and he'd rather use school time to make some money, just like his friends. Every day he thinks about dropping out of school. The importance of education. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, people who don't have a high school diploma are much more likely to be unemployed than people with at least a bachelor's degree. Another reason why education is important is that young adults with a higher educational attainment usually make more money. A 2016 study by the National Center for Education Statistics found that workers ages 25 to 34 who didn't have a high school diploma had a median earnings of $25,400. Workers with a high school diploma had median earnings of $31,800. Workers with a bachelor's degree had median earnings of $50,000, and workers with a master's or higher degree had median earnings of $64,100. The amount made by those with a bachelor's degree was more than double the amount by someone without a high school diploma. Getting a high school diploma can mean a difference of more than $6,000 per year. Staying in school and getting an education can help you live the kind of life you want to live. As you complete this module, you will learn the ways to succeed in school, how to keep yourself motivated, and how to progress to the next level of education. Remember, we are all important in different ways. You have unique characteristics that make you who you are and unlike anyone else in the entire world. When you realize how valuable you are, you will see how important it is to focus on your education and to take any opportunity to improve your knowledge and skills. Self-reflection. In the next section of this module, we will ask you to think about the traits that make you who you are. However, before we get to who you are, think about who you want to be. Are there things about yourself that you would like to improve? What about things you want to change completely? Self-identity. Learn from your past. Your past experiences don't define who you are, but they do help you to grow stronger and learn important lessons. Use both positive and negative experiences in life to help mold who you are now and who you will be in the future. Don't let negative experiences get in the way of your growth and success. Love yourself. Do you feel loved? Do you love others? Most importantly, do you love yourself? It's difficult to feel love from others if you don't love yourself first. What you think about yourself is very important. In spite of slavery and oppression, African Americans worked hard to uphold a positive self-identity. The saying, "I'm black and I'm proud," represents the love our ancestors felt for themselves and other African Americans. They overcame many hardships and paved the way for you to have equality, access, and opportunity. Love yourself enough to take advantage of every opportunity. In spite of what others say about you, in spite of racism, in spite of bullies, in spite of learning disabilities, in spite of physical disabilities, you must learn to love yourself. Love liberates you and promotes the self-confidence you need to achieve your goals. Think of a time when you practiced a difficult task over and over until you finally learned it. Maybe it was a video game, sport, or hobby. You may have felt bad about yourself at first because you just couldn't get it. But when you finally got it, you felt you could do anything, right? When you have confidence in yourself, you will accomplish your goals, no matter how many times you have to try. So now that you know how important it is to love yourself and to build your self-confidence, take a moment and think about what you love about yourself and consider what you'd like to improve. Write 2 things you love about yourself. And Write 2 things you would like to improve. Pathways to dreams. Creating and charting a pathway to dreams. Staying in school and learning the most you can from all your subjects will help you to pursue your dreams. But what if you aren't sure of what your dream job or career is? What if you have no idea what you might be good at? If you know yourself, what you want out of life, and what is important to you, you will get the most out of your education. Creating and charting a pathway to dreams. Let's think about the unique traits you possess that make you who you are. What traits do others say you possess? Are you shy or outgoing? Are you realistic or more of a dreamer? Are you organized, thoughtful, energetic, or laid back? How do you interact with those you know versus those you don't know very well? Let's begin to chart a pathway to your dreams. Which characteristics might you possess? Visual learning style? Auditory learning style? Kinesthetic, tactile learning style? Self-management skills? Transferable skills? Now think about what you're good at. What skills come easily to you? What do you enjoy doing during school or during your free time? Is it designing, photography, research, investment, or animation? What are some things that you may enjoy and skills you might want to develop? Do you enjoy sports, video games, going to the movies? Would you like to develop public speaking skills, writing skills, or listening skills? What's important to you? It could be what you read regularly or have spent time researching online. Think about your dreams for your future and how you want to affect the world around you. Would you like to give back to your community? Are any of the following important to you? Volunteering in your community, helping family and friends, one day being a mentor to someone else, becoming an entrepreneur, getting a college education. Think about how that connects to your future career and the education needed to get there. Think about jobs or careers that are a good fit with your personality traits, skills, and interests, and with what you feel is important. Why are the subjects in school important? Sometimes it's hard to see how the subjects taught in school relate to your life. Well, all subjects taught in school can help you move to the next level of education and get a good job. Also, these subjects can enrich your life in other ways. So why are the subjects taught in school important? Grammar. Let's start with grammar. There are many reasons English classes are so important. For one, they teach you how to read and write. Research has shown that people who can read well are more successful academically, socially, and economically. People who have trouble reading often earn less money than those who do well reading. Also, most employers want to hire people who can write well so that customers and other employees can easily understand written information. If you start your own business, you must be able to write well to apply for loans and to write advertisements that attract customers. You also need good reading skills to understand any contracts you might sign. Science. Science classes are important because of the fast-changing world in which we live. Almost everything we use, from technology to medicine, was developed from scientific study. Understanding the different branches of science, such as chemistry and biology, can help you make sense of how things work and how you might be able to improve them. Science classes will also teach you the process of observing a problem, collecting information about that problem, and drawing the necessary conclusions about what is causing that problem and how to solve it. This thought process is vital in all aspects of your life. Math. Almost any job you will ever take will require some knowledge of math. If you want to become an architect and design buildings, you need trigonometry to figure out how to make those buildings stable. If you're laying flooring in a house, you need to know geometry to figure out how to cut the floorings in rooms with irregular corners. If you open a retail store, you'll need math to balance your store budget and to make decisions about pricing merchandise. Math is also useful in many aspects of day-to-day life. For example, if you want to determine if a large bag of flour is cheaper per ounce than a smaller bag, you will need math. If you're using a recipe to make dinner but want to make 3 portions instead of 4, you need math to figure out how to adjust the ingredients. The areas of our lives requiring math is numerous. History. How can you know where you're going if you don't know where you've been? Studying history allows people to better understand the present and how the future may unfold. For example, studying how groups of people suffered in the past can help you prevent similar things from happening in the future. Learning about past leaders who were dishonest and unethical can help you see patterns in behavior and determine if your leaders are being sincere. Studying history can also help you understand different points of view and why people sometimes act the way they do. Learning about our ancestors and how they have changed society can also give you a sense of personal pride and community. King, Parks, and X. Think about our Black heritage. Throughout history, Black men and women have overcome countless obstacles and have changed society for the better in many ways. Think of a Black individual you admire. What obstacles did this person overcome in his or her life? How did this person's life make a difference to future generations? In what ways would you like to be more like him or her? Martin Luther King Jr. was an important leader in the African American civil rights movement. He promoted the advancement of civil rights using nonviolent means, and he is remembered for his I Have a Dream speech delivered in Washington, D.C. in 1963. In 1955, while riding the bus in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat to a white passenger and consequently was arrested. Her arrest led African Americans to boycott Montgomery's bus system. This 381-day boycott ended when the law requiring segregation on public buses was repealed. Rosa Parks' act of civil disobedience became a catalyst for the civil rights movement in the United States. Malcolm X was a minister and activist that fought for the rights of African Americans. During the 1950s, he joined the Nation of Islam and preached about Black supremacy and the separation of Black and white Americans. However, in 1964, he broke away from the Nation of Islam and changed his position, supporting the integration of all races and cultures. These three individuals are only yet a small part of the tremendous impact African Americans has had on all of our lives as a society. Now think about your family history. Family history. What struggles have people in your family faced? Struggles with racism, money, health, and relationships are just some of the hardships that make us who we are. What about the educational history of your family? Have family members struggled with completing their education? Will your education make history in your family? You can learn from the history around you. Volunteerism and leadership. Becoming involved in your community is another way to improve your personal and educational growth. There are two ways to get involved: community activism and volunteering. Being a community activist means working to promote change, such as changing law or social policy. This can be anything from writing a letter to a city official to organizing a boycott. Volunteering means giving your time to an organization or cause without being paid. By volunteering or becoming a community activist, you can express your views about community issues and events. You can also help solve issues affecting your community and even the planet. Volunteering can also make you happier, improve your self-esteem, and help you stay healthy. It also allows you to meet people who can help you get a job in the future while giving you experience that you can list on job resumes and college applications. Some other benefits reported by teens who volunteer include doing better in school, learning about career options, connecting with others that can help you find jobs, adding new skills and experiences to a resume, and learning how to solve community problems. Volunteerism and leadership. According to the Corporation for National and Community Service, 62.6 million people volunteered through or for an organization at least once between September 2014 and September 2015. Out of this number, 8,415,000 teenagers and young adults aged 16 to 24 volunteered. Resources for success. We've discussed the importance of school and knowing yourself. Now, let's talk about the people, activities, and other resources that will help you be successful in school. Resources for school. What does education have to do with where you live? More than you might think. To be successful in school, you should maximize the resources you have at home. Some of your best resources are people you live with at home. Your family. They can be your parents, guardians, older siblings, other relatives, and caregivers. They all have life experiences they can share that can help you avoid making mistakes. They can also give you advice on how to be your best at school and pursue your dreams. Resources for success. Home.